What is going on YouTube? How's everybody doing today? When you're watching this, today is Thursday. It is the last day of July. We already entering into August. It's the year flying by. The year is gone by already. We more than halfway through the year. So I want you to let me know how you feeling down in the comments if you're checking this out on a replay or if you're watching this live. How you feeling today? How you feel as we progress through the year? With damn near half of the year gone. Well, more than half of the year gone already. So how y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? How's your energy? As for me, how do I feel today? I was a little overwhelming today. Had a lot of stuff I was just dealing with in my head mostly, but I'm pretty good. I took a little time to myself. Took a good hour and a half just to just disconnect, reflect, and just give myself grace. And also just remember that I'm human. I can make mistakes. That it's a journey. It's a process. So I just reminded myself of all those things. And we here now. I almost didn't want to show up. I'm gonna be honest with you and be real with you. It was just one of those days where I was like, you know what? I don't want to do nothing right now. So, but I'm here though. I'm here despite me not wanting to be here right now, to be real with you. So today we're gonna talk about separating to grow. Kind of like my book, Separating from the Pack. Where we at? There we go. My bad. Got to get the hands right. Okay, right here. We got it. So separating from the pack, we talk about separating for you to grow in your life, separating from whatever it may be, from people, from habits, from environments, all those types of things. What we're gonna talk about today. Hello, Kimberly. How you doing? So hello to everyone. I always forget I can interact in the chat and type out myself. So it's gonna be a good episode. Gonna be a smooth one. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna chop it up and hold on, let's make it through. One of these dang old plants touching my head, making it feel like a fly on me. All right, we're gonna get into this right now. All right, my bad. Just you're messing with this chat stuff. All right, so yeah, like I said, we're talking about separating so that you can grow in your life. Because the truth is, separating, disconnecting from anything is uncomfortable. Is super uncomfortable because most of the time we know what's familiar to us. Our mind is gonna go to the natural thing. Our mind is gonna stick to the easy thing. Tressa, what's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you for tuning in, Maryland. I see you. I might actually be out there in Baltimore in October for a festival that I'm not a festival, but an event that I'm speaking at, a podcasting event. I'm gonna share more details about that later. Maybe in another, I'll say week or so as I'm getting more details, but I was confirmed as a speaker at the event. So I'll give you all the details on that. Okay, I see everybody rolling in. I appreciate you. You're feeling good. You're not. Thank you for tuning in. And also, All-Star Player, I salute to you, my guy. What's the deal, man? So we're talking about growth. And if I'm looking over, if you're a new person here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up as well. And share with a friend or family member who you think may benefit too. Sometimes people need to hear this and they don't be wanting to hear the shit. But excuse my language. But we here though. Anyways, everything can't go with you, especially where you headed. Because we have a vision in our mind of like a goal we want to set, become better for ourselves, become better for the people around us, or for our family, or for whatever the case may be. And we get used to what we've been doing up to this point. But we have to remember that what we did up to this point isn't going to serve us in the next stage of our life. Some things are going to have to get let go. Some things are going to have to get left behind. And that's the most uncomfortable part. And some of the things that need to be let go sometimes are within yourself. You getting used to new habits, you trying new things, stepping out of your comfort zone, you being real with yourself, you being honest about who you are and who you becoming, and also things that you need to just address within yourself. That's the most tough things because we don't want to tell ourselves we wrong. We don't want to say that we did something wrong. We don't want to feel like we lacking. And in reality, we all a work in progress. The person that you were yesterday isn't going to be the person that you need to be right this moment. Is the person that you want right now in this moment, is that who the situation requires. Is that the person that needs to show up? Or do you need to learn something else? Do you need to step out of your way? So the big part about separating is being honest with yourself and being okay with not knowing everything, being okay not always being correct. Because when you always want to be correct, then that's when we step in our way and we begin to just like repeat cycles over and over again, trying to figure out why things are not happening in our life, why everything keep repeat, why everything look the same, why these people passing me up. We begin to compare ourselves, but we not separate from those friends that no longer serve us, those people that don't support you, but you want to continue to show your dreams to people who don't have big dreams. You cannot tell a big dream to a small mind. They're going to talk you down. They're going to compare you to other people. They're going to laugh at you. Sometimes that may mess with your ego. Those are people you need to separate from. Those environments that don't serve you. Place where you feel like you in that small pond, but you a big fish. You need to be bigger. You need to separate from that. Again, what's going on, everybody? As we get people pouring in, we just checking out these notes over here. Make sure I touch on some things that I wrote down. But I want you to think about some things that you need to separate from. And just be honest with yourself. It's okay. And even if you need to write it down for yourself, just write it down and make a list and try to figure out what hasn't been happening in your life that you've been chasing, but it seemed to be going away from you. It seems to run away from you, or it's hard for you to grasp it. It's hard for you to reach that thing. You're like, hold on, like I keep trying this, but it's just not happening for me. I don't feel any progress. I feel like I'm coming back to this same cycle every single time. What's that thing for you? Just ask yourself. You don't have to put it in the comments. If you want to, you can put it in the comments. That's fine. But more than anything, I just want you to be aware of it and put it out there into the universe. So that way you make yourself aware and you also hold yourself accountable. And I will hold you accountable for it too. If I know you or if I see it and I see you next time, I'm going to ask you about it. Like, what's going on? How's that progress going? How are you working past that? Because sometimes we need those things. Sometimes we need to hear the truth. And the truth is, it's not always about what you want. It's about what you need. The future you. What does the future you need? And I touch on this multiple times throughout the podcast. If you listen to that, or if you just heard me speak before, I talk about you visualizing who you are in the future and what things are you doing on a day-to-day basis. How are you living your life? Who are you surrounded with? What things are you doing? And how can you begin to do those things today? How can you begin to walk into who you are in the future, who you see? You need to become that person right now. You need to already be there. You see yourself as a multimillionaire. You see yourself as an independent person, a full-time entrepreneur, a perfect businesswoman, whatever you visualize yourself as. It doesn't have to be entrepreneurial, just as a better person overall. Become that person right now and watch you attract it. Watch it get closer to you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Share it live. I appreciate that. So separation is necessary because we outgrow these people, these places, these habits, situations, and it's natural and it's necessary just in general. Like actually, I have a plant right here. I want to show you a plant. My bad. Y'all know I got my little plant babies. Like this plant right here. Like you can see this like kind of bulging out a little bit. I want to use this as an analogy of our lives, our environment. This is you right here in this environment. You only going to grow as big as your environment allows you. So no matter what I do to this plant, it's only going to get so big. But then when I put this into a bigger pot, I give it more room to flourish. I give it more breathing room. Then it's going to grow much bigger. And that's what happens in your life. When you think about where you are in your environments, how is your environment feeding into you? How is your environment being a growth-oriented environment? What type of people are you seeing every day? Are you seeing people that's inspiring you? Are you seeing people that's doing the same things that you want to do? Are you seeing people that are hustling, going after it, have the same ambitions, same mindsets? You can have these great conversations that's going to fuel you, not ones that's going to drain you. Not somebody just talking about what happened on social media, somebody telling you what happened in the reality series or talking about the next person's life. How are these persons talking about business? How are these people talking about growth? How are these people talking about ideas? How are they making themselves better, the goals that they have? Some of us hanging on to the same people in the same environments that keep telling us the same things that we don't really care for anymore. We grew past that. Like, you still talking about that? Like, damn, but okay, I'm My loyalty keeps me right here with you. So I'm going to stick with you. I got you. But in reality, you need to slowly separate yourself from that. And when you separate yourself from it, what happens is some of us feel guilty. That loyalty kicks in. We thinking, oh, damn, I don't want to let my people down. I want to always be real. I want to always show up for them. You being real is you robbing yourself. You robbing yourself of your full potential. You robbing yourself of your dreams. So who you being loyal to? You're not being loyal to yourself. Actually, you're doing them a disservice because they need to see an example of what's possible from this environment. They need to see an example of what's possible from just an idea, because you might have told them, you told it to that small mind. That small mind not going to feed you. That small mind not going to fuel you. So you need to go out there and you need to lay that pathway down. You need to begin to do it. It's not about anybody else believing in you. It's not about anybody else giving you the opportunity. Nobody giving you the permission to do it. It's about you deciding that you want to do it for yourself. What's going on, Rod? I appreciate you for tuning in. A-Boy Music, I see you right there. So down in the comments, let me know something that you really want to separate from. You don't have to get into detail. It could be a mindset. It could be a habit. It could be individuals. It could be environments. Let me know down in the comments right now. About to take a quick drink. So I'm fired up right now because I'm always about that growth, and I'm excited to see other people grow in their life. And I know that one of the things that I had to do personally on my journey was separate from, I guess you can say, from my old mindset. That was a big one for me because I kept tricking myself out of things that I want to do, and I kept playing that comparison game. I kept comparing myself and my journey to other people. And that's one thing that I needed to let go. And I feel like once I let that go, it helped everything else kind of roll into place. It helped the mindsets develop. It helped the habits slowly develop. So all those things came as I let go of that, from putting off what I can do today for tomorrow. Absolutely. Taking action on it right now, despite the discomfort, despite how much you want to just sit there. We may want to scroll on social media. We want to watch our favorite shows. Just do it. Just get it done. Because at the end of the day, when we continue to put things off, all it does is just compound on us. Now, tomorrow's problems are put on top of what you put off yesterday. So the things you put off, it continues to go down on your priority list. It goes lower and lower and lower. And then next thing you know, you look up in days and it's next week and you still haven't done it. It's real. So I appreciate you for saying that. So I'm just looking at these notes, seeing what are the things we got. And I want you to understand that separation is a sign of elevation, honesty to yourself, and also self-recognition. You need to separate from those habits and beliefs that numb instead of build you up. So those habits that we've been sticking to, the ones that have been passed down to us, the ones that are cool, the ones that make us fit in, it's okay to let them go. And they're not part of your identity anymore. They were part of your old identity, but you always evolving yourself. You always going to grow. You're always going to change. So if someone looks at you and say that you're the same person that you were 2 years ago, you need to look in the mirror. You need to reflect and say, damn, what have I not done? What am I robbing myself of? And you carrying these things. Start. Absolutely. That we go, Funkanot, with the environments. That's very important. The environment is going to fuel you. That's the environments that we feel safe in, they limit your expansion. They're going to always limit you, like we were just saying with the plant. There's no challenge because of predictability. You know what's going to happen. You know when you wake up in the morning, you know who you're going to see. You know what's more than likely going to happen. So there's no excitement. There's no challenge there. But let's talk about the pain of separation, though. The guilt, the things that we face, the things that we see where we like, damn, hold on. I don't feel like this or it's not supposed to happen like this. Because separation isn't easy. It can feel lonely. It can feel guilty. It can be scary. It can be all these things. And that's all true. But all these things are temporary just because you're going into unfamiliar territory. You're going into a territory where your mind and your nervous system that's supposed to keep you safe, It doesn't know how to navigate this space yet. So its job is always to keep you safe. It's always to tell you what you're supposed to do to use less bandwidth. It's to not challenge yourself. So that's why it seems like that. That's why it seems lonely. That's why you feel guilty. That's why it seems scary, because your mind is telling you, you know what, this is unfamiliar. We need to step back. Let's go back over here where we know. Let's go back to this neighborhood. Let's go chill. Let's not go over here because we don't know what the hell's going on over here in this space. Like, I don't know how to survive over here. But when you go to survive, though, you're not going to forget what you learned over there. If you grew up in a certain environment, you're going to always know how to survive over there. Now you know how to survive in another environment. You add on to yourself, and you'll be happy that you did. Because this allows you to be a chameleon. And that's one thing that not everybody can do. Not everybody can go into certain environments and be able to blend in. Not being able to go into these environments and be comfortable. If you go into these environments, you're going to go in there with confidence because you told yourself, I need to separate from this old environment. I need to separate from these old people, these old habits. Now I can go over here with confidence. Now I can go over here and believe in myself. Now I can go over here and show up 100% as me because I know that I can navigate this space. So if you understand this, then it makes it much easier for you to separate from what no longer serves you, because you know what's on the other side of it is growth. And if you don't grow as an individual, you're going to always live with regret. You're going to always say what you wish you had did, what you could have done, seeing other people pass you by, like, damn, I could have did that. Oh, I should have did that. Oh, I would have been there. It's going to eat you alive. So do not rob yourself of where you need to be. Do not rob yourself of where you want to go. And if you watching this right now on the replay live, I wanted to tell you, separate from it. That thing that you know is holding you back, that environment, that mindset, that habit, just you being scared. Separate from it. You deserve it. You deserve everything you put your mind to. And what's more likely stopping you from getting there is you separating from what you're holding on to right now. Your loyalty, separate from it. It's okay. Because those people and those things you loyal to, not as loyal to you as you think. They will always choose them first. That habit will always choose what fuels it, which is you continuing to go into it. You continuing to pick it up. Choose you. Choose you to separate from that. Because you're going to thank yourself much later. You're going to look back and you're going to have a story. Your story and the things you're going through today is going to help people generations later. Your story, your struggles that you went through, you can tell people how you got through it. You'll be able to write a damn book based on the shit that you went through. You'll be able to tell these people like, damn, you know what? I got through this. This is what I went through. Somebody will be like, damn, you got through all that? Like, yeah. And you're going to look back and it looked like it flashed in the blink of an eye. You'd be like, dang, that seemed like yesterday, but I made it through. Think about you sitting here right now, you watching this. Think about the worst day you had. You got past that and you're here today. Like, you got past all your bad days. You got past all your worst days. The days where you feel like everything was against you. You may not have had everything. You could have been in the streets. You could have been going without meals. Whatever your lowest moment was, up to this point, you got through it. So that's your proof right there that you will get through anything that you go through. So don't be afraid to separate because you're thinking about what's on the other side, what you're leaving, what you're not getting. Don't be afraid of those things because those things are not true. They're just there to trick you in your mind. That's all it is. So we got some things talking about signs that it's time to separate. You may feel drained right now. You may feel drained by the day-to-day, everything that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, when I felt drained out by from doing the podcast and I had to take a break, I felt that burnout. I know I need to separate myself. I need to separate Dorian from the work. I need to go and tend to Dorian. That was something I need to separate from. So is it something that's draining you right now? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel stagnant? And what's on repeat? What things can you change? So these are some of the signs that you need to separate. Also, you hide parts of yourself or your growth to fit in. That goes back to the environments. You feel like you dumbing yourself down. You feel like you're insulting yourself sometimes, really. Like the conversations that you're having, they're not fueling you. You're bored. You over there looking at the clock, like, hold on, what time is it? All right, I'm ready to go. That's a sign that you need to separate. You don't need to be in that environment. And also, your mind is telling you, you feel it in your gut that there's more for you. There's more to life for you. That's telling you that you need to go and explore. You need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to separate from what you've been knowing. You need, whether that be the habits, the mindsets, what are you not letting go? What excuses are you making for yourself? So these are some of the signs that you need to separate, to just separate in order for you to grow. Separate in order for you to prosper. Separate in order for you to see your vision through. Don't let it just stay in your mind. Don't let it just sit there and just stay in your notepad. Don't sit there and journal it all day. Put it on your vision board and not take action towards it. It's all about taking the small actions and you holding yourself accountable and you just showing up for you. Because nobody else is going to show up for you like you will. So let's talk about a few ways for you to separate. I'm going to tell you just really 4 ways. Set boundaries and don't feel any guilt about setting boundaries. Saying no, saying that something doesn't work for you. If you don't want to show up for somebody or you don't want to show up for something, just say no. What's the worst they're going to do to you? What can they say? And if anybody make you feel any type of way for saying no, then that lets you know that this person was taking advantage of you, that they don't value you as a person. So value your no and take it serious. The next one that we want to talk about. Not every ending needs a scene. You don't have to tell everyone. Sometimes you can just do it. You don't have to broadcast. You don't have to mention it. So if you want to just separate, you want to begin and try something new, just do it. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. You don't have to announce it. You can just show up and be that. Just show up with consistency and do that. You don't need to hold on to what you've always been doing, what's always been held to your identity. If you decide that you want to do something new today, go ahead and do it. And don't feel guilty about it because it's up to you. It's your decision that you want to make. Invest energy into your future. Don't focus too much on your past. Don't think about what happened yesterday. Don't think about what you could have done. Just focus on what you can do right now to make your future better. How can you show up for yourself right now? And the last one I want to do. Leave the door open for other opportunities. Leave the door open. Don't close it just because it's unfamiliar, just because you don't know what's going to happen next. Just be open. Just be open to what can come from you stepping out of your comfort zone. Say yes to new things. Explore new environments. Go try new hobbies. Go try these new things because you don't know what type of growth may come from it. You don't know why these things were presented to you. This may be the breakthrough that you've been looking for. This may be the change that you've been seeking. This may just be that spark that's going to make you feel alive again. So just don't say no to things. Go out and try something new. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. So I want to challenge you as we go through this week. I know I said it earlier. If you just checking it out right now, I want you to write down one thing that you need to separate from. This can be environments. This can be people. This can be habits, beliefs, whatever it is. Put it into your phone. Actually, not put it in. You can put it into your phone now, but write it down in a place where you can see. Say that I want to separate from this. What thing are you just holding on to that you know you need to let go of? Just go ahead and separate from it. That's perfectly fine. Write it down and commit to it. Read it every single day. And not just read it. Take the action that you need to take in order for you to separate from these things. Because it's one thing seeing it, it's one thing reading it, but that means nothing without action. It means nothing without action. So as we get ready to wind this down, I want to just say thank you to everybody. I appreciate it. And I want you to remember that separation isn't punishment. It's just preparation. Preparation for what's to come. Preparation for everything that you've been manifesting. Everything that you've been thinking about, that you've been praying for. Sometimes the thing that's blocking you is what you're not separating from. So I want you to think about that as we go through this week, as we get ready to transition out of this live. You don't have to shrink in order to stay connected. If you have to shrink down to someone else's level, you have to feel like you bring yourself down, then it's not the right environment for you. And if it's meant, it'll find you again. If not, you're making space for something newer. So that wraps it up. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I appreciate you, Funk or Not, man. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody that's still here right now, I want to say I appreciate it. Podcast will be back in the next couple of weeks. More details on that coming soon. Other than that, go out there and be great. Lock in on yourself. Be serious about you. Be serious about just you being the full you, because you deserve it. So go out there, lock in, take care of yourself. And remember, everybody is greatness within, even you.